You're looking at the 2023 Dodge Charger V6. Now, everyone on YouTube is always talking about either the RT, the Scat Pack, or the Hellcat. But what about this? I'm here to tell you that this car, I truly believe, is actually underrated. And if you're in the market for a Dodge Charger, you should seriously consider taking a look at this. Now, first things first, this is the SXT Dodge Charger, so the lowest base model you can go. You can step up to the Dodge Charger GT, and that gives you an extra 6 horsepower, but more importantly, it gives you all-wheel drive and a body design that is very similarly structured to the RT, Scat Pack, and Hellcat, especially in the front end. But for those of you that are not looking to spend $40,000, $50,000, $60,000 on the insane prices that Dodge dealerships are asking for with the RTs, the Scat Packs, and the Hellcats, then I would seriously consider taking a look at this as an alternative. First and foremost, there is a reason why so many police departments use Dodge Chargers as their main vehicles. Well, first of all, they're pretty dang fast. Yes, even the V6 version. I'll show you when we go for a drive. But also, well, they're menacing, they look good, and they're reliable. Now again, with this being an SXT, it's going to have a completely different front end than the GT, RT, Scat Pack, Hellcat, etc. Now, yeah, I mean, the GT, in my opinion, does look better in the front end, but I'm not gonna lie, I like how this distinguishes itself, and also, I mean, it's still pretty dang menacing. Now, if you couldn't already tell, this is an absolutely massive vehicle. It's high up and it's quite long, which means it's pretty heavy. But before we talk about its performance specs and all of that, I mean, taking a look at the side profile, it's clean, it's simple, it looks good. And with this car being as long and big and heavy as it is, that means you get a lot of practicality out of it. So if you're trying to get one of these as a daily driver, well, that's kind of what this car is built for. A nice looking, pretty dang fast, reliable daily driver. Now, in the front of the Dodge Charger SXT, your tire widths are gonna be 245. Also, I really like these wheel designs. They fit the car really nicely, as well as this green colored paint. I drove an RT with the same color, and it is absolutely beautiful. Interesting fact, by the way, guys, the order in which we've reviewed these cars is Hellcat, Scat Pack, RT, and now we're doing the V6. But I'm not gonna lie, this thing kind of surprises me. Now, in the back is where all of the power is sent to, and we will talk about the power numbers in just one second. But these tire widths are gonna be 245, and by the way, it has no problem with traction. Again, we're working with a V6 in a car that weighs around 4,000 pounds. You probably don't need tires much wider than this. Now, I have always been someone that has absolutely loved the back end of Chargers and the way it's designed. I mean, not only does the front look extremely mean and menacing, but the back, I mean, I wouldn't describe this as mean, it just looks clean. Somehow we always come up with rhymes when we describe the design of cars. But I really do like this, and the spoiler adds a really solid touch to the back end of this car. Chargers without spoilers can look a little bit weird, but yeah, this just completes it. I think the main design element that makes the back of these look so good are these unique taillights. And it could just be because that's what cops have, and so I get scared whenever I see this car. But nonetheless, I mean, it does look really nice. And also in the back of the Dodge Charger, you have dual tip exhausts that look really good as well. So under the hood of the Dodge Charger SXT is a 3.6 liter V6, making 292 horsepower and 260 pound-feet of torque. Now, before you hear those numbers and think, oh, 292 horsepower, 4,000 pounds, that cannot make for a good combination. Just wait for the drive. Now, as I was mentioning earlier, if you do step up to the GT, you get all-wheel drive, a nicer front-end design, although that is based on your own personal opinion, but you also do get an extra 8 horsepower. Not like you're gonna probably notice that, but you get it. All right, you guys, I am excited for this part of the video. We got the GoPro on, and let's hop inside of the 2023 Dodge Charger SXT and see what it's not only like in the interior, but obviously how this thing feels to be behind the wheel of. First things first, to take a quick look at the back seats. I mean, no matter what model you're looking at, whether it's the RT, SRT, whatever, I mean, it's pretty similar in the back. What is nice is, again, with this being such a big, spacious vehicle, no problem if you want to, you know, have 4 adults in this car. That's pretty much what this was built for, especially if you have tall adults, because this car is pretty high. Door panel, you know, pretty basic, cloth, plastic, yeah, very basic, as you would expect from a, you know, the V6 base model version of the Dodge Charger. But let's go ahead and start this thing up. All right, first and foremost, when you sit down in here, you know, I'm not sure exactly what you're used to in terms of what you drive on an everyday basis, but you almost feel like you're sitting in an SUV, even though you're not. It's a massive dash here, a huge steering wheel. And aside from that, I mean, yeah, you're sitting in here cozy and comfortable, which is really, really nice. Redline is going to be about 6,500 RPM. You have a digital display right in the center there, and I've always loved the gauges for the miles per hour and the RPMs. They look very, very sporty to me, which this car, by the way, to a lot of people, it's gonna feel fast. It's going to feel sporty. Over here, nice infotainment screen. What is unfortunate is because this is not the RT or the Scat Pack or the Hellcat, you do not have the performance option inside of this infotainment screen. So on the apps page, I mean, every other Dodge Charger I've driven has had multiple pages to scroll through with all the different settings and performance options, launch control, etc. But this is not geared to be their sporty car. However, I'm not here to call it not sporty. It is pretty surprising. With that being said, I mean, let's go ahead and throw this thing and drive. Nice big shifter here as well. That thing makes you feel like a man, especially with all of the, you know, what cars are doing nowadays. The buttons to press it to put it in drive is very, very odd. By the way, another huge thing that I love about the Dodge Chargers is the fact that the center display does not skip numbers here. Let's get on in a little bit. Guys, I'm not sure if this tells you anything, but I just got done driving the Lamborghini Aventador SV, and I'm still here to call this car actually pretty quick. There was a car coming, but hey, absolutely no problem. And this thing is nice, and it is a very, very smooth driving experience as well, which is really, really nice. I mean, again, you're not buying this car for all-out sportiness. You're not really buying this car for all-out luxury, nor all-out, practicality. You do get a lot of it. It's kind of a sweet mix of everything. And to talk about the elephant in the room, which we haven't even covered yet, it's the fact that the cost of this car, you can save so much money. And I think to myself, okay, you have the RT out there, right? You get the V8, you get the nice sound, but you just don't get a whole lot more noticeable power in the RT over the V6. And so in my mind, I'm thinking to myself, well, it's either gonna be the V6 or just straight to the Scat Pack. I've made videos on the RT, and I think that it's a cool car in its own little category. But getting in this thing, I finally have had the opportunity to drive and review a Dodge Charger V6, and I think to myself, like, okay, this is shockingly quick for the having a V6 and having 292 horsepower. Here, let's floor it again right here. I mean, guys, that gets up to 60 miles an hour pretty dang quick. This is one of those cars where it actually has a tad bit more power than you would even need. I mean, there's a certain type of car where it's actually kind of dangerously slow, like you can't, you know, pass a car very quick. This thing, you have zero problems, you know, switching lanes, passing people. It is very easy to do so. I mean, let's see how fast we can catch up to that black Audi right there. And we're good to go. Now, guys, I know in the videos it may seem like that was slow, but that car was, you know, pretty far away. Again, I'm telling you from my perspective, like, this thing is, it is sporty enough. It is surprising that it is able to to feel like this despite its weight and its power numbers. People are so brainwashed with power numbers nowadays that when you hear anything below even like 400 or 500, you think it's slow. It is not. I mean, this feels great. It feels fun. It feels sporty. But also, if you want to just kind of lean back and, you know, cruise, this is a nice, comfortable, big ride to do so. Now, here's what kind of sucks, right? We're about to go under some tunnels here, and normally I always roll down the windows and floor it, but this thing doesn't really make any sound. You do hear sound from the engine, as you heard when we accelerated, but there's nothing really coming out of that exhaust, which is unfortunate and a reason to get the RT or the Scat Pack. I love going in tunnels. It's just so cool. And we can kind of see what this looks like at night as well. But yeah, sound is a huge part of owning a car. Again, maybe opinion based. Some people like electric cars, they would obviously say otherwise. But for me, I love a good sound out of a car, and the V6 Charger is simply not going to provide that for you. Now, 0 to 60 time in the V6 Charger is going to be around 6 seconds. And again, most people are brainwashed by numbers in the 2s, 3s, 4s, etc. But 6 seconds, again, that is a nice acceleration. That is sufficiently fast to do everything you could possibly want to do. And when you pair that with, okay, are you really going to get the RT to spend way more on gas, more on insurance, more on maintenance, and simply just an overall higher cost of entry to purchase that car in the first place? For what? To shave 0.5 seconds off of your 0 to 60 time to get an extra 50, 60 horsepower. In my eyes, you're buying the RT for the sound. Even the RT has a red line less than the V6 version of this. So you don't even get to ring it out as much as the V6 version. And so I'm here to tell you, this is not a bad substitute. Sure, I mean, people, if you're somebody that just wants people to look at you and think you're cool because you own an RT or a Scat Pack or a Hellcat, I can't speak on that too much because, well, you care too much about what other people think of you. But if you're buying a car for yourself and you're trying to be friendly with your financial situation and you want your bank account to like you, this is not a bad option. And while we're on the topic of acceleration, the one thing I'm very upset by is the fact that this does not have paddle shifters. Instead, it has volume control and radio buttons in the back of the steering wheel, which that is the same thing the Maserati Ghibli has as well. So Stellantis products they overlap. But if you want to, you can throw this thing over into manual mode just like that and shift with this nice big shifter manually yourself just like this, climbing through the gears. One more and take off. Now, to me, again, maybe it's just because I'm what I'm used to, but I would much rather do that with actual paddle shifters than a gear lever like this. All in all, guys, I'd love to hear your thoughts on this car. If you have any questions, leave them down in the comments. But yeah, I was pretty shocked when I did my first few accelerations in this car. It's like, this is not a bad option. Again, if you're trying to be budget friendly as well, this is absolutely a car to look at. It looks phenomenal. It's practical, great gas mileage, low insurance, and still sufficiently quick. So yeah, let me know what you guys think about this car in the comments. I appreciate all you for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you very, very soon in the next video. Peace out.